Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? You got the bonfire in the back, man. The election has been finally decided. The election has been decided. I have on my Make America Healthy Again hat, which is the green one. And I got my dark MAGA hat on for this video because the Kamala campaign went against a super team. They went against an absolute super team. And I don't know if this video is going to be called the 100 different ways that that campaign went wrong and the 100 different ways that campaign lost. There was so many variables that caused the Kamala Harris campaign to lose miserably. Okay? So right now, let me look at the updated stats on the election. Today is November 6th, 2024. And today will be a lesson on what states, what people, what content creators, what problems, what decisions that both these campaigns made to either win or lose this 2024 election. So right now, the electoral vote stands as of Wednesday at 11:39 a.m. Eastern Time. Kamala Harris 224, Donald Trump 277. 277. There are patriots, there are people that was under the Donald Trump whole campaign initiative that pushed the entire race towards his direction. First person I want to thank 100%, Elon Musk. Elon Musk. When did Elon Musk buy Twitter? When did Elon Musk buy Twitter? Listen, Elon Musk acquired Twitter in 2022, and he might have been the greatest contributor to the campaign of Donald Trump. Donald Trump had a kill squad. He had poll watchers. He had lawyers watching each battleground state just in case somebody was cheating. He had social media influencers like Charlie Kirk. He had there was another guy in Pennsylvania. I forgot his name. There's another guy in Pennsylvania that was walking around trying to get as many registrations as possible. Shout out to him, man. I gotta find that guy's name. But shout out to him. He had Joe Rogan at the day before the election for the final endorsement. But Elon Musk, if he did not buy Twitter, this was single-handedly the greatest chess move that any campaign could have made in history. In absolute history. And I don't think people really understand how much he contributed just by the acquisition. First of all, let me give you the rundown. Before Twitter was acquired by Elon Musk, people was getting censored for going against the vaccine. People was getting censored by saying certain things about elected officials that they did not like. People's voices were getting censored. The employment of under Twitter, there was people in Twitter that was doing their own censorship, that was doing their own, let's get rid of this guy because this is not the narrative we want to put out. There was a lot of persuasion by the administration, the Biden-Harris administration, to censor these people because they were telling the truth. The Hunter Biden laptop, everything, bro. Everything. The establishment did not know why Elon wanted to buy Twitter, because Elon did not have a position politically on either side. He said he was a Democrat, but the establishment didn't know that he was going to make X a free platform for free speech. He did not know that. They did not know that. Okay? This was a grave mistake by the Kamala Harris Biden administration. Okay? Patrick Bet-David, he has a platform called PBD Podcast. Shout out to Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David is another patriot that he wasn't exactly biased towards any campaign, but he was center right leaning. But if Donald Trump made a mistake, if Kamala Harris made a mistake, he would call that out. Okay? His platform on YouTube has more views and gets more views than most mainstream media platforms such as Fox News, CNN, ABC. This was the guy telling you, go out to vote. This was the guy telling you, giving you the facts on what's going on in law, the facts that's going on within the cities, the facts that you wouldn't know because mainstream media ain't gonna really talk about it, or you not paying attention. He'll talk about everything. Patrick Bet-David is one of the patriots that is leading the resistance to completely destroy news, mainstream media. Okay? Charlie Kirk is another patriot. All right? Charlie Kirk would go to college campuses most of the campaign trail. He'll go out to campuses.
Hello.
He'll talk to left-leaning swing state colleges. He'll go in there, have full debates with these people. He even converted a lot of these people. He converted a lot of these college kids. He converted a lot of these college women. This is one of the major contributors to the victory that Donald Trump had in a landslide victory over Kamala Harris. This is one of the guys that are just as important, man, maybe a little less, than Elon Musk. Elon Musk provided the platform for free speech, which he'll always have majority. He'll have majority of the points scored when it comes to this victory that Donald Trump just had. This through the X platform, Charlie Kirk blew up. Through TikTok, Charlie Kirk blew up. Through the groundwork him and Vivek Ramaswamy made on this campaign, going into every city, every swing state city, every town hall, and he'll just tell the truth on what's going on. How could any campaign, right, that's going against this super team, Vivek, Charlie Kirk, Elon Musk, RFK Jr., the dude from Pennsylvania, Patrick Bet David, JD Vance. The list goes on. Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is over there on the ground, talking to everybody she can. Everybody she can on the facts of the election. She was actually the first person to completely annihilate Kamala Harris during the 2020 run. She completely annihilated her. She annihilated her the whole way through. She was a Democrat. She left the Democrat Party to join the super team. This was arrogance and incompetence by Obama, Kamala, the Democrats. It was a complete clinic on how to campaign and win back the presidency. So on Twitter today, right now on November 6th, there are a lot of women, even men, soft men, low T levels. They're on Twitter right now talking about the reason why Kamala lost was because of misogyny, was because of a stimulus check, which was because of just nonsense. There was so many mistakes made by this campaign that if they would have won at this point with all the poll watchers, all the lawyers at each site, all the help on the ground level, Elon Musk taking Twitter, Joe Rogan endorsing Trump at the end, if they still would have lost, it would have been a historic failure by the entire Donald Trump campaign, Trump's entire campaign, because they did all the groundwork they could. They went to the college campuses. They went to the swing states. They let people talk left, right, middle on X. Elon Musk allowed that to happen. So we was allowed to see the truth. The arrogance and incompetence of the Democrats is why they lost. There is no other. And of course, because the American people came out and voted. But I need y'all to acknowledge all the mistakes they made. While I was up, I didn't go to sleep till about 3 a.m. because I needed to see this election all the way through. And I probably wasn't going to go to sleep. I'm watching North Carolina turn red. Right? And in my head, I'm like, you guys sent off over $60 billion to Ukraine. Y'all sent them $750 a piece. Their country, their state got ravaged by Hurricane Helene. And y'all expected them to not vote for the Republicans? Am I in the Twilight Zone? So I'm on Facebook and I see, yo, what's North Carolina doing? What's Florida doing? First of all, the Democrats wasn't going to ever get Florida. That's first of all. That is ruled by Ron DeSantis. That is a Republican stronghold. There was no way they was going to lose Florida. But y'all don't know that because y'all not tuned into politics. Y'all think this shit is a regular basketball game or football game on who just scores the most points. Yes, it's about that. But the real reason is why are they scoring the most points. New York right now is 55% Donald Trump, 55.8% Kamala Harris, 44.2% Donald Trump. 900,000 votes. 900,000 votes decided that Kamala was gonna win New York. Now, you probably thinking, oh, you know, they were supposed to win New York. Of course they were supposed to win New York. But the devil's in the details. The details is New York is usually won by the Democrats 65% and up. 65% and up. Over millions of votes they're supposed to win by. They did not win that state by a margin that they're supposed to win. So, by the numbers, Kamala underperformed the performance that Biden had in 2020. New Jersey, that's blue. Kamala Harris only won by just under 200,000 votes. It's 51% Kamala Harris, 46.9% Donald Trump. Do you not see the tea leaves that's happening? There is a shift that's happening that y'all not seeing. You are talking about, most of y'all are talking about, which I know y'all don't know shit about politics. Most of y'all are talking about black men did this. Black men was supposed to vote for Kamala, and listen, bro. Let me see this, man. I gotta see. I seen a number today of the amount of black people that still went the Democrat, black women and black men. It was like 16%. 16% black men went towards the Republicans. 9% of black women went towards the Republicans. The rest of the majority was still Democrat. But yet you blame 13% of the whole population. Not even 13%. Y'all blaming black men, which is a percent of a percent of 13% of the whole black population that caused her to lose. That's emotional. That's an emotional decision that a lot of y'all women are making on these social media sites. Y'all don't understand politics, and that's fine. Well, it's not fine. Because if you did understand politics, if you did understand the history of Kamala Harris and what she did in California, if you did understand that the democratic process never occurred once Biden got kicked out because he lost the debate, if y'all did understand that millions of illegals are coming into these swing states buying first-time home buyers before you are, they have way more food stamps than you could ever get. They have way more incentive to coming in this country than you staying in it. So you as a U.S. citizen have less benefits than somebody who came over here legally. And you didn't think the American people that are feeling this, tuned in, getting informed, you didn't think that they was gonna go with Donald Trump? This is laughable to me. This is a lesson that needs to be learned by the Democrats and Barack Obama, because he was back there making the decisions, making the plays on the field that did not work. You can't walk into a Kamala Harris rally talking to black men. Put it out on social media. Put it out everywhere. Talking about, yo, you glad so y'all not voting for her because she's a woman? Dog. Y'all are not living real life. They are not. Their eyes aren't on the ground. Barack Obama lives in Martha's Vineyard. Let me show you what Martha's Vineyard fucking looks like, okay? Let me show you what Martha's Vineyard look like. This is what Martha's Vineyard looks like. Very nice, beautiful place. This is where their home is at. $1 million house, big ass pool. These niggas ain't where you at. These niggas ain't feeling the groceries going up 20-30%, the gas going up, the property taxes going up. These niggas ain't feeling that shit. So when they walk to these places and they want to talk to you about, yo, they're gonna help you. She brings hope. Kamala brings, she's gonna do this for you, do that for you. We seen you before in 2008, 2012, and you ain't did shit for black people. So you just did everything you could for the LGBTQ. But they ran off the strategy that you guys don't read. You guys don't inform yourselves. You guys go based off of feelings. Y'all listen to celebrities that don't give a fuck about you. They're already up. They're getting paid millions of dollars to endorse these people. 147 celebrities came out for Kamala, and she still lost. How many celebrities endorsed Kamala Harris in 2024? How many celebrities endorsed Kamala Harris in 2024? I need to see you see, they don't got the list, okay? They don't have the numbers of the list. But let's go down the list. Angela Bassett. I don't know who this girl is. Elisa Farrah Griffin. She's from The View. Nobody likes The fucking View. Megan Foy, I don't know who that is. Elisa Milano, she's from Charmed. We don't care. Garcelle Bouvos, we don't care. Zoe Saldana, we don't care. You need to go back acting. Make another Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Alanis Morissette, Fat Joe. Who are these people, bro? Clark Gregg, Rihanna, Mark Duplass, Dick Van Dyke, The Roots, Questlove, Katy Perry, Rosie Perez, Billy Eichner, Will Ferrell, Viola Davis, Katie Couric, Richard Gere, will.i.am, Mick Jagger. The list goes on and on and on. Lady Gaga. You know what they did? It showed that the American people don't give a shit about what you talking about. You need to go dribble the basketball. You need to go act in the movie. You need to go make the song. You need to go do the reality show. We don't care about your thoughts on the election. You're paid off by them. So when you're going up there on your phone, hold up, let me pull this up. Cardi B, Kamala Harris. When you on your phone, You doing a speech for Kamala Harris. I'm not even gonna turn the sound on this stupid shit. You on your phone. You get up there on the stage. You barely speaking good English. Look, she pulls out her phone, bro. Look. She pulled her phone out to read what she gotta say, what they sent them. And you thought the American people, the working class family, the person that's spending such and such on groceries, they buying 5-6 items and it comes out to $74. You think they give a shit about what Cardi B's talking about? No. So this is a lesson that the Democrat Party has to understand. The American people decided, they made a logical decision by picking Donald Trump. They compared Donald Trump's 4 years in office to your 4 years in office within these 8 years. And they made a logical decision. They made a logical decision. This campaign was absurdity demonstrated by the Kamala campaign. It was absurdity. It was a clown show. It was ran by arrogance and incompetence. Donald Trump went on Joe Rogan's platform, right? Scored 40 million views. Let me see that. Joe Rogan, Trump. Arrogance, incompetence. 11 days ago, Donald Trump scored 46 million views by going on the Joe Rogan podcast. Your candidate said, nah, we don't need to go to Joe Rogan's podcast, or we don't want to fly over to Joe Rogan. We don't want to fly to Joe Rogan. Why we gotta go to why we gotta do that? Why we gotta go to Joe Rogan's podcast? 46 million votes. This is the male vote. A lot of men watch this. They could have connected with you. They could have understood who you was. They could have probably connected with you, Kamala. But through your arrogance and incompetence, you decided that, nah, you don't need this interview. You don't need to go over there. Matter of fact, Joe, you need to come fly over to me, and I got about 45 minutes to an hour for you max. Joe Rogan doesn't do 1-hour interviews. Joe Rogan is a 2-hour, 3-hour interview minimum. About 2 hours minimum. Your team decided, nah, you don't need to go over there. JD Vance went to Joe Rogan's podcast. We just gonna do this all day. 6 days ago, JD Vance scores 101,629. So 15,101,629 views. The audience that don't know too much about JD Vance learned about him through this gigantic platform. You still decided, no, we're not going to the Joe Rogan interview. There is thousands of ways, thousands of mistakes that the Kamala campaign made. And y'all want to talk about misogyny? What are your policies? What did you flip-flop on? Do you not know that the internet works and we could find everything you said? Kamala? Grave mistake. Elon Musk goes on the Joe Rogan podcast Elon Musk. Shit is insane, bro. Like this was an absolute atrocity. Elon Musk goes on there 1 day ago. It says 1 day ago, before the official election starts. He goes on the Joe Rogan Experience. He talks about what the issues are in the election going on. They talk about his acquisition in Twitter. They talk about everything that the American voter wants to hear about. You still decide, nah, I don't need that, because I got the idiots that don't know nothing about my past as a DA in California. They don't know the bills that I signed into law to cause inflation to go up. They don't know the border bill that they use as propaganda to say that Donald Trump didn't want the border to be secured, that the border bill had fluff inside the bill that said they had to give certain countries this amount, that they had to fund certain things outside of the border wall. That's why the bill did not get passed. It was called the border bill, but it wasn't really a border bill. This is a fact. You can look this up. So many mistakes made by this campaign. Of course we won. Of course we won. So while y'all crying on Twitter talking about, oh, black men, I can't believe black men voted for. Most black men, real black men, that have some type of level of intelligence and a level of objectivity goes out to search for the information. You search, why do these people not like this person? Why do these people like this person? Who is getting the most negative attention by the mainstream media and who's not? Where's the truth at? Okay, the truth is on X. Okay, let's go to this video. Let's watch it. All right, boom. A left-leaning person might say some shit. All right, we're going to go to a person that's objective. We're going to see what they say. All right, so they just debunked them because they showing the information. Okay, executive order, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Donald Trump makes sure that the government funds black HBCUs annually. Okay, let's look at, all right, why do celebrities before 2016 love Trump and right now they don't? All right, okay, who's George Soros? All right, okay, who's this? Who's that? Who's this? Let's look up this information. Let's look at. Okay, what's going on with immigration? Okay, this is illegal immigration going on here. Okay, how many terrorists did they bring into the state? All right, how many terrorists did they? How many? All right, let me look up the information. What's the CBP One app? Okay, what the CBP One app was, it was sending illegal immigrants to fly over into swing states. Okay, what happens if 20 million migrants get amnesty and they become U.S. citizens and then get transferred into swing states, thus becoming the United States becomes a one-party state? Okay, we don't want that. There's a whole laundry list of why Kamala lost. A laundry list about this big in small font, maybe a 10 font paper this long. Yo, damn, she did all this shit wrong. All right, as a man that is objective, she's the wrong candidate. We voting Trump. Let's talk full immunity. I see people on Twitter talking about, yo, full immunity, yo, y'all better not do nothing wrong. Full immunity is because y'all don't know, because y'all only listen to propaganda on the media and idiots that don't know what they talking about. Full immunity is, in order for you to qualify for full immunity as a cop, you have to abide by the manual. You have to abide by the Constitution. If you go outside your manual, your police training, your assets, your job, even your standing to face court, you still have to face your consequences if you go against the manual, if you go against your police training. That's what full immunity is. But y'all only hear full immunity and not looking at the context of what that means, not searching that. So y'all are led by propaganda. 47% of this country, let me look up that election again. 47% of this country chose a bullet to be shot by. It's not that we dodged a bullet. No, we dodged an anti-tank missile. We didn't dodge a bullet. We dodged an anti-tank missile. An anti-aircraft missile that was going for everybody's pocket, that didn't have a home, that could barely afford groceries, that don't want to own a first home because all the illegal immigrants that came here 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3-4 years ago, they're first time home buyers. You've been here 25 years and you still don't got a house. They just got here and was able to buy a house. I need to see the percentage, bro. So, due to that fact, the Senate is ran by Republicans now. The House is ran by Republicans now. The governors are Republicans now. Majority. Because you did not listen to the American people. I need y'all to understand where Kamala went wrong. Kamala went wrong in so many different ways. Another reason why she went wrong, let's look up Josh Shapiro, man. Josh Shapiro is the governor. Josh Shapiro is the governor of Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro could have been chosen as the VP for Kamala Harris's campaign and probably would have secured PA, right? PA was the deciding factor in this election. She didn't pick Josh Shapiro. She picks Tim Walz of Minnesota. Nobody gives a shit about Minnesota in the election. This is not a swing state. Jesus Christ. Like, everything went wrong, bro. Taylor Swift goes up there. Yo, I support Kamala. This one goes up there. Yo, I support Kamala. Oprah goes up there. Yo, I support Kamala. Y'all went wrong in every step of the direction. But y'all choose to blame your counterparts, black men, that, y'all didn't vote for her because of misogyny. I just named 97 different ways why these people lost. They lost because it was a full triangle offense. This was a triangle. This was a full court press on the ground, on the swing states, on social media, on a campaign rally. Trump was at a campaign rally every single day for the past 100 days. He was at a fucking campaign rally. You can't work harder than him. You don't work harder than him. He's 78 years old. He's beating Kamala in age by damn near 20 years. Outworking her. out talking her. Connecting with the working class, talking about real issues that's happening across the water, wars that's happening, wars that is right there at our doorstep, which he can stop. And you talking about misogyny? I don't know what I'm gonna name this video, but I think that's all I gotta say. Like, of course Donald Trump was gonna win. What did you think was gonna happen? I'm out of here.